Ah, crap. Hold on. It's too late now. So this stream I don't know. I don't know what to make of this at the moment. I was planning on streaming something else, but with the events of today, I am just a little too irritated to play anything else. Also, it's just like... today has kind of just pissed me off. And I feel like if I just don't yap about it today, I'm just gonna go to bed just pissed off, and I don't want to do that. So this might not be the stream anyone wants, but it's just the one I need. In the sense that I just need to yap for however long it takes to get out of my system. And the least likely game in my library of Steam games to piss me off is this. So that's what we're playing today. Hello everyone, my name is Aros, and this is Placid Plastic Duck Simulator, the only game I literally cannot be mad at, because I cannot move at all. And on today's stream, I'm just gonna yap about very current events, just in general. I just need to... I know everyone is giving their 2 cents about it. And even though me adding to it doesn't exactly help, I don't know. I just want to get my thoughts out of my brain. And I don't want my roommates thinking I'm schizophrenic. So this is the best chance this is the best idea I have. I'm just gonna yap about the events of recent. Hopefully no one tunes in and gets irritated by my constant yammering. And after 2 or 3 hours, I'll get tired of speaking, turn the stream off, and go take a nap or something. For now, let's look at the ducks. Because there's no way these dumb little things can piss us off. But we also got a new map. So that's kind of cool. Today was a bit of a shit show for me. It's just... from waking up to basically being where I am at right now is just like just kind of slogged in just a very slow manner. And I try my best to keep myself busy throughout the day, so that just like when I come home, I'm still on that energy when I'm ready to stream or work on personal projects, but I'm just worn out. There's not enough caffeine in the world to pump my heart up enough to actually do things. So I wake up to the drama within the VTuber community. Or not drama, just... drama is normally saved for, like, you know, lesser things. And the events of everything that's happened within the past day, or within this past day, basically, is just like... can't even call it drama. It's literal crimes. Like, there are literal crimes being committed. And I just sort of had to deal with that energy just making me feel jaded for most of work, which because of like how things were going at work, it's just like, me personally, I didn't have anything to work on really. And sometimes that's fine. I need a chill day, but it's just like, so for like, but it's just like, I just needed something to distract me because it's just my brain has been going on about basically the VShojo drama for the past 16 hours. Or 12 hours. Still a long while. So to start things off, right, it's just like I normally wake up like a few hours before I have to go to work. And just like, that's normally just because I'm slow in the mornings. And during this time of getting ready for work, you know, I check online. Sometimes I check the news, and sometimes, but most of the time it's just like I just check out people who report on current events that I'd care about. Mostly Moist Critical and Josh Johnson. And I'd say around this morning, or like a few hours before I woke up, I saw a Moist Critical video with Iron Mouse on the cover, and it's just like, this is not gonna be good. And I completely underestimated it, that this is worse than good. This is worse than bad. This is like near evil. I also just woke up with my knees sore and just like no fucking AC, so it's just like I thought that was just gonna be the height of my, you know, early morning discomfort, and that lasted for the 2.5 minutes it took me to get onto YouTube and check out the most recent Moist Critical video. It then made complete and utter sense as to a number of things, honestly. It's just like, in the video, Charlie goes off about just like, let's just say the very tip of this, or I wouldn't say the tip of the iceberg, no, it's just like one of the most noticeable things about the mess that is VShojo management. Like, I thought Niji Sanji was bad, but VShojo was apparently on straight crack for a long while, and we were just none the wiser. And in all honesty, I don't know what to think of it. I'm gonna explain things, but it's just like, I don't know the story. I don't know these people. I can't even say I have like a parasocial relationship or something. It's just like, I'm just someone who tunes in every now and then because they do a lot of good work for people. Like, they donate to charities, they do a lot of good things. And for the longest time, it's just like VShojo, they've been established since COVID, and it's just like, as we were really getting tired of just like the corporate bureaucracy of like Hololive and the terrible business practices of Niji Sanji, VShojo was a breath of fresh air. Like, they came around at the right time when COVID was popping off, and it's just like something different within the VTuber community. And it's just like, there's no way this can go wrong. These are... For when you have a lot of independent YouTube or VTubers, and then some new talents as well, but it's just like, for a talent-first agency, it's just like, that's what we want. We want it to feel like we're talking to real people. And not just like corporate workers. And it's just like, we got a good 5 years. And just like, yeah, sure, people wouldn't renew their contracts, but we also got new talents, and they didn't... I wouldn't say they filled the void left behind, like, you know, original talents, but it's just like they brought in something new, something else for us to appreciate about people willing to give others a chance, when it's just like all these other big corporate VTubers are just... What the... Alright, I'm gonna name some of these ducks real quick, but while I do that, I'm still gonna yap. But yeah, it's just like, you have this entire catalog, and it's just like, you got a little bit of everything. And it seems like, from outside looking in, you really see it's just like, a lot of people who... or a lot of talents being properly represented, properly funded for their endeavors, and it's just like some real aspirations out there, and just something new. It's, like I said, it's a breath of fresh air what VShojo brought, only for it to basically come around and something fell under my desk. God damn it. Only for it to come around and just remind us why we despise corporate VTubers, but... or not corporate VTubers, but just corporate VTuber management companies. Hold on, let me name these real quick. Well, that's kind of cool. But yeah, from some... I think it all started happening whenever there were mass... We realized something was wrong when there were mass amounts of people leaving VShojo. And I can't even say graduating, because it's just like, these people have their own sort of independence. And it's just like, they're allowed to keep all their assets, their models, their IPs, and because they built this up. It's not like other corporate VTuber agencies where it's just like, hey, we designed this for you. You cannot have it if you leave. You will graduate, and you will be gone. Goodbye. It's hard to put into words because I genuinely don't know. I don't know what all. It's hard to very much comprehend what the hell is going on. Because just like the first batch of people from VShojo leaving is just like, okay, that's fine. Most people want to renew their contracts, some didn't, that's fine. Some people want to go do their own thing, that's fine. It's just like the ones that happened like within the same time frame or like all too quickly. Especially in like the past few months. That's been that's something else than like what we usually saw for VShojo, and it's just like there's gotta be something worse going on. But I don't know. And then we see the Iron Mouse vid, and everything just crumbles from there. For those who don't know about the Iron Mouse video, it's just like one that was recently released. And I say recent, is just like within a span of 24 hours. So I will technically say within the same day, basically. She talks about why she's leaving VShojo, and it's just like, it is very different from what we normally got from this company. Not only have they not been paying her for like the past year, and she's just had to deal with it, but for her last subathon, which has garnered over 500,000 in donations for people with immunodeficiencies, something of which she has, and that the company knows that she has, they did not donate. VShojo didn't donate that money to the charity, and just stole, at the very least, $500,000. More than that because of, you know, wages that the talents are supposed to be earning. Or I don't know how it really works. And every now and then and then it's just like, at this point, half of the people have left the company, or half the people have left the talent section of the company. And you didn't think it would get worse from here. But this is like the domino that just toppled every. This is like the domino controversy that just toppled every other domino of controversy that was just waiting to be laid out. So I let it sit for a bit. But then I check in the Discord. Basically in a channel of about half a dozen people who are a lot more devoted to the whole VTuber community than I am. Who are probably a more active part of it than I am, and they are just live posting about just all of the scummy shit that VShojo has been doing. Sorry, let me just name these ducks and get off the screen. So not only have Iron Mouse basically been not getting paid for a year, like the better part of a year, but most of their Japanese talents have also not been getting paid for the better half of a year. It's like, I don't know about Henya, but K-Song, and basically this whole new wave of Japanese talents that VShojo has gotten quite recently have not been getting paid for almost a year. Or at least not getting paid by the company for almost a year. I don't know if they've been making money on us through other means, but just like, they ain't getting shit from VShojo. And not only that, but for this new Japanese branch of VShojo, apparently there's been evidence that they have been leaking personal information of the talents. I don't know about and that's like a big fucking no-no in the VTuber community. The VTubers and PNG tubers run off anonymity. They do not want their personal lives within the limelight. They want to keep that shit under as many layers and proxies as possible. But the fact that the people who employ you are more than willing to just give out that information to random sources is... I'm at a loss for words. It actually hurts my brain to just think about all this criminal shit, basically. So then once as this came to light, none of the talents are having it. I think everyone has either said they were leaving immediately or is going to basically have a stream to talk about them leaving immediately. Or like their future plans. I don't know. The point is, this company is dead in the fucking water. And normally it's just like, oh, it's not even companies being scummy, it's companies doing illegal shit. And I don't know why they expected to get away with it. I have no idea where this one came from, but... Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where to go with this rant. So, like, as far as I know, all of the VShojo talents have announced that they're either immediately leaving the company or will most definitely leave the company. And no one is taking the side of VShojo or Gunrun whatsoever. I don't even know if you really can. Like, this is probably... You don't hear of controversy this bad in the VTuber community. Most of the shit is either chill or, like, personal drama. It's never white-collar crimes. And you gotta think of how much this it just sucks for the like the people who have been there since day one. It's just like people who are like the founders of the company. Like Project Melody, she's a founder of the company. She stepped down to become a talent. And to hear about this shit made by one of the people you trusted to manage your company is completely fucking delirious. But yeah, as far as I know, all of the VShojo talents that were currently, like, part of the company, and I think most of the ones that have left the company either within the past years or within the past few months 100% support Iron Mouse and realize how terrible this behavior is for the managers of VShojo. And I know this is probably the most scuffed recap of events. Basically, it's just like I'm just saying things as I receive word of them. If there's any silver lining to take from this fucked up situation, there is a new donation link that will go to the Immunodeficiency Foundation, and a lot of people are just donating straight to that. It goes directly to them. There's no middleman who will send it on behalf of, you know, whoever. It's going straight to them, because $500,000 is $500,000. That's like, Jesus fucking Christ, I shouldn't have sex with. It's just like, Iron Mouse has a full, like, 15-minute video to just explaining her side of it, and it's just like, it's very obvious. It's just like, you know, a lot of things still has to be under wraps, at least until it gets released to the public. It's just like, I'm just kind of saying what all, like, I don't know. But yeah, there's a new Tiltify link for donations to go straight to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. And as far as what I've seen for from the link, in less, like, they managed to raise like over $400,000, like, in like less than a day after bringing this up to light. That is genuinely impressive. There's also apparently a leaderboard, which that's kind of cool. The advisory is just like, if you can, or if you donated to Iron Mouse's last VShojo stream, or like VShojo subathon, donate to this instead. I tried to put the link in the description. I don't know if I did it correctly, so just go to her video and just donate, because apparently I don't know how to set things up at all. Funny thing for the Tiltify donation link, for the donors, you can leave little messages. The top donor belongs to GamerSups, who donated $15,000. Based. But the comment they left is donating again, because VShojo stole the first one. Honestly, that's fair. Also, that's pretty cool of like GamerSups to do, which is like, I know they have a lot of VTubers who like are either sponsored by them or like who sponsor the drinks. It's just like GamerSups does give a lot of money back to the people who sponsor it. They give a lot back to the community. So it's just like, to see them just donate, in my eyes, just a large amount of money, is just, in spite of Gunrun and VShojo management, is just like, that is badass. That is based. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if the Russian Badger like name drops this in like his next video. The original goal was $10,000, and it's gotten so much more since the events of this video dropping. But there's a lot of donors who really hate VShojo, because I think they're just trying to up the donations, basically. VTube Studio donated 12 grand. Dokibird and VGen, they each donated 10 grand each. Zentria donated 5 grand. Ludwig donated 5 grand. Sea Dog donated 5 grand. I could keep going on this list. I'll probably, unless something else catches my eye, it's just like, But yeah, there's just a lot of people who probably are completely disturbed of VShojo's actions and want to make up for it however they can. And I don't blame him. That was a terrible fucking thing to do. I don't know why someone... Like, I feel more brain dead than usual thinking about this. If there's anything good, there's a helicopter duck. He'll entertain us as long as he doesn't fly off the roof. What am I looking at? Oh, okay. You know, I'm probably gonna go to bed tonight. And is like, maybe feeling slightly better than I started the morning with. Maybe not. But I feel like it's just gonna get worse in like the time I'm asleep. Oh, I thought it was an interesting duck. Never mind. I kind of like this elevator. It's very... Alright, to try to get on a happier note, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game that you can't really play because it's not really a game. I like the fact that it's just like there are ways of just like making loops. Sorry about that. I just had my pop my knuckle real quick. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Like, the brain cells needed to process that thought are left as soon as I pop my finger. It has been nearly 12 hours. Or, hold on. No. Okay. One VShojo rant at a time. Or one current media event at a time. Try and splice some happy things in between. You know, for such a simple game as just watching ducks be ducks, and not even like real ducks, just plastic, mostly non-moving ducks, it's very nice that there are different things to just keep yourself moderately entertained with. Which is like, oh, if ducks have certain abilities, if ducks can just, the different scenery, how they interact with it. Also, these interesting little loops that for the ducks to get into, that's just like, oh, they could go to different levels, but they could also come back to the same level. Disappear entirely. Honestly, kind of cool. Whoops. I'm kind of just looking through the different the different Twitter accounts for the various VShojo members that were still tied to the company, I guess since yesterday, or just within the past few months. Just to see what the hell is going on. Or just like see what they have to say in general. And the consensus is just like most of them have either put in contracts to leave the company or gonna talk about leaving the company in general. They have the most of the moment they've done is just like they made their public statements. They're still waiting for the VShojo tag to be removed from like their Twitter handles. I like this mug that says I'm the final boss. I could never own a mug like that, but it's just like it's kind of cool. Now it's just time to read off the random top tweets from hashtag VShojo. There's a GIF from the like near the end of episode 3 from Star Wars where it's just Anakin is screaming, or Obi-Wan is screaming to Anakin, being just like, "You were the chosen one, Gun Run. You were supposed to fix the issues VTubers had, not cause them." The VShojo CEO is going to be doing what the Niji Sanji CEO once did. Maybe you should thank him for the idea. The funniest one I've seen so far is, which are we going to see first? The Epstein list, or VShojo's tax returns? That's... That's actually pretty fucking funny. I'm gonna repost this. I don't use Twitter. I just look at fan art, and honestly, yeah, just fan art, really. That's all I care for. That's really I care for on this dumbass app. Same thing with Blue Sky. I don't really use it for posting either. I look at pictures of rabbits on it. There's a channel in the oh yeah, there's this account on Blue Sky that is the only reason why I keep opening up the app for anything other than quote-unquote fan art. It's this one called Daily Bunnies, and all that's on there is just posts of rabbits. And it is like, this is my bongo cat, this is my therapy, just watching these lovely little rabbits. Rabbits? Rabbits. Watching rabbits go about their daily lives, just like doing their own thing. And that's the only reason why I use Blue Sky anymore. I thought I was getting rid of Twitter, and for the most part I just ignored it, except to look at fan art. That's it. And now the same thing is happening for Blue Sky. It's just like I made a few posts, and after that I could not care. Every now and then, I'll basically comment on certain people's posts, like Mayoshi, Medicus, maybe some, musicians. But other than that, that's it. Honestly, I wouldn't say I have a problem. I wouldn't say I have problems with just certain things, but it's just like I know I could cut back on him. Like, for instance, it's just like, oh, alcohol. It's just most of the time I keep that to the weekends. I don't really keep track of how much I have on the weekends, but I at least keep it 2 days where I don't work. Every now and then, it's just like, I may have like, you know, a few beers on a work day to wind down the night. And it's stupid shit like this that just makes it really hard for me not to say fuck it and just treat it like the weekend. I don't really know. But yeah, I am enjoying some. I will be enjoying a few alcoholic beverages this evening. Not because I really want to drink, but I feel like it's just like I need something to take the pressure off. Otherwise, I'm going to drill a goddamn hole in my head because of all of the shit I'm reading online. I'm also having a cup of tea because that normally helps me calm my nerves. Makes things a bit more relaxing, especially when I'm stressed out. Like, one of the things I noticed how it was going to be a bad day today, I have like a little mini keyboard right next to me on my desk, and I noticed hair fell on it. I was gonna clean it off, but it was just like, but I just couldn't find myself to, and it's just like I noticed it's a gray hair, but not like an entirely gray hair, but a gray hair that is just like somehow black in the middle, or not black in the middle, just like black on the edges, but then like completely white in the middle. How in the hell do you do that? And it's just like, even though it's a shorter day at work today, it's still gonna feel like shit. And it did. And it's just like, normally whenever I don't have a lot of things to work on, the day kind of slugs. Sure. But it's nice to just, not have a day where I'm constantly running around trying to fix a million different things. I was just like, I had finished everything that I could immediately do, and there wasn't really much I could help with for, like, during that day, so it's just like, I kind of just had to sit with my thoughts and play fucking crossword puzzles on the New York Times website until I was just allowed to go home for the day. And I hate seeming like I'm lazy in front of, like, the people I work around. I just, like, I know there's just, like, if I do work, then the day's gonna go by quicker. And I won't feel like I'm suffering as much. But it's just like, there genuinely just wasn't shit for me to do. And while that sounds great, it also means I can't go home until everyone else does. So it was like a few hours of me doing actual, like, a few hours of me doing actual work, an hour for lunch, and then half the day I was just doing nothing. And just needed to seem like I was being I miss when things were simpler. Just, it was less drama, just in general. Or maybe I was younger back then and things were just more simpler during the times. Things costed less. People weren't, or at least in my eyes, people seem more like genuinely good people. I've been sitting here in silence for a while. Do we even have any more new ducks to name, or... No, okay. I don't know if the YouTube streams, if they really work all that well. Like, I'm not contracted to use, or I'm not contracted to really use one or the other. I kind of just use Twitch more because that's just what I have the most experience with. And just most, like, knowledge of. And just like, YouTube streams could probably seem like just as plug and play, basically, but it's just like, I don't have as much knowledge of it as I do with Twitch streaming. So, that's kind of my, that's probably why I don't do it as much as I should. It's like, hey, I could probably have more viewers if I stream on YouTube and Twitch. The thing is, just like, it's very labor intensive on the, like, on the Streamlabs. And it's just like, it'll probably end up with more, like, bit loss. Just more, like, missing frames in the stream. In honesty, I wouldn't say it's a hardware limitation. I was just like, I know what the PC can handle. And it's like, the internet isn't as reliable. But it's just like, I do have the possibility for streaming on both. But also, like, setting up stream details is more finicky on YouTube side of things than on Twitch. I'm gonna try and view the ducks in the other pool. There we go. Like, if I was able to optimize... Anyways, if I was able to optimize, like, YouTube streaming better, I would definitely do those at the same time as Twitch streams and do, like, a multi-stream. It's just, sometimes they're very finicky. And I just end up with a lot of lost frames and bits. So... Plus, if I can help it, I don't really want to separate the streams. I would like to do both. But for now, until I can get the YouTube side of things figured out, I'm gonna just stick on Twitch. Even if there are less people tuning in on Twitch than compared to YouTube, it's just like, that's just... It's kind of just the limits of my knowledge of how streaming works and the amount of effort that I want to apply. Or the amount of effort I can comply or apply on any given stream. God damn it. Hold on a moment. Fucking bots. I really like the smooth jazz that this game plays. It's like very much fits in with the tranquility of these ducks. I realize most of the ducks I've spawned have just been ones that I've already collected, so maybe there's a new one. Oh, there's an 8-ball duck. Okay, I like this one. Sure. I'm out of creative names. I'm still brain dead from, like, the past 40-ish minutes of ranting about Twitter drama. Or just ranting about random shit in general. You know, even though it's kind of sad to just be sitting here on my own, like, you know, watching the ducks, it is kind of nice to just, to not try and make my brain hurt more than it already does reading this stuff. I'm kind of just sitting here, drinking tea and soda, watching ducks, and just kind of... It's like... Maybe I shouldn't have streamed today, maybe I shouldn't have, but it's just like, I just wanted to rant about things for as long as I feel like I can. Because I ain't really got other people to tell this to. Or tell things to. So I just really just ranted to people on the internet. And like out of all the friends I know in real life, it's like I'm the only one who really knows like VTuber stuff, so it's just like I don't really know who I would tell this to. So here we are. I'm sitting in mostly silent. And I don't really feel enthusiastic about today, honestly. It was just... Part of it was a shit show. Part of it was just... agonizingly boring and dull. And I kind of just... I thought, hey, maybe getting on... you know, Twitch for a few hours to just you know, play something else, get my mind off things, but it's just like I can't really give myself the energy to really play something worthwhile. So I hope your day gets better. It will probably be better when I go to sleep. But I appreciate the kind thoughts. Yeah, sorry for the weird sappy stream with the funny, goofy ducks. I'm just tired from work. Tired from using Twitter. Tired from working out. I'm just overall tired. Not tired enough to fall asleep, but tired enough to just, like... I didn't mean to name this duck Tired. It's just like I'm just overall mentally and physically tired. And I want to name this after Tony the Tiger, goddamn. There. I did what I needed to do. All I can say is just... I don't think things will get better by tomorrow, as much as I hope they do. The events in the VTuber community will probably continue on for quite some time. At least until everything either goes to court or gets settled. I just hope it's just like things dial down a notch. After today, like, hopefully things dial down. Hopefully we don't get a second coming of internet drama. Like, I find rip drama, yeah, I normally don't... If I can help it, which, like, 95% of the time, I can. If I can help it, I stay out of it. It's that 5% that I can't help that is just, like... It's like, I may not even be directly involved in a drama. Most of the time... Or just like, I don't think I've ever really been involved in drama. Most of the time, I just nip it right at the bud, so it doesn't bog down my life more than it has to. But it's just like, getting involved in other people's drama kind of just fills the void of being in drama myself. Most of the time in the drama I am privy to, it's just normally petty shit. And then it's just like... Then there's people moving freaky out there, and it's just like, I don't like that. And then there's just straight up criminal shit. And not like criminal, like cool type of like bad boy type stuff. It's just like, no, these are literal crimes being committed, and I swear to God, I hope whoever's responsible gets what's coming to him, because it's just, they don't deserve nice things. Like, I know it happens, but who the hell... That Max... The Max Payne duck is just all up on his lonesome and enjoying things perfectly. Honestly, if that other duck just immediately hit the tube and just left after seeing this madman in a flower top, I wouldn't be surprised. Hawaiian shirt, that's what I was thinking. I don't know why I couldn't say the word. I'm feeling very brain. This is the perfect game to stream today because I'm just way too mentally brain dead from everything. And the only way to reset those batteries is just to go to bed for a number of hours. But I don't know, it's just like, I'd feel bad if I just like wasn't streaming. It's just like, if I don't stream at least once every few days, I just feel like, or I don't know, it's just like, I just feel bad about myself. It's just like, it's like I'm not making money off this. I know sometimes this really burns me out. I know it's just like sometimes it just like sometimes this does more bad than good, but sometimes it's just like this is also very therapeutic. Literally just talking to people while I play video games. I already play video games and I don't talk to enough people, so combine the two. Why not? And I can't, some days just like, some days I'm busy, that's fine, but some days it just doesn't, like, it's like, I didn't think it'd be that difficult to, you know, take a few hours out of days where I'm not busy and just do something with them. Yeah, right now I realize that streaming every day is not healthy for me. Like, well, like, at least trying to be consistent with it, even if it's just like all of my streams are like guerrilla streams basically, where it's just like I can't really keep a schedule. It's just like every other day, every few days at least. Like, as long as I'm doing it like 2 to 3 times a week, that's fine. It may be on completely random days, but just some level of consistency. You know, now that I think about it, I probably would be more either like either stressed out or just like more upset with the state of events, or like how current events are. It's just like I probably would be more stressed out if I watched the news more often. Like, I don't really have the time to sit down and just watch the news, basically, so it's just like most of the time it's just consumed through shorter bits of information, right? And basically, my two main sources of information of current events are just content creators. One of them is Moist Critical, and the other is a comedian known as Josh Johnson. Josh Johnson is a comedian who basically disguises video essays as like stand-up comedy acts, and it's just like and just like, hey, even if it's like a very tough topic to talk about, at least it's just like it can be put in a way that's digestible for me to understand, and just more entertaining than watching an actual news channel. And then there's Moist Critical. It's just like who will tell shit how it is. Because it's just like when it comes to American news networks, it's just like you have people who lean to the left, who lean to the right, and it's just like sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, and it's just like I would just love someone who would just tell it to me straight, how it is, how the news is supposed to be. Like in other parts of the world, like in Europe, and just like you don't really have biased news networks, like ones that are affected through political means. They're just people who will tell it to you straight. They won't try and spin things to make it entertaining. They'll tell it to you straight. And sometimes I think that's just what I need. Sometimes I need people to give me the cold hard facts in like 15 minutes or less. Some people and then it's just like sometimes I would like something explained to me maybe in better detail, but also in a more layman's terms of things. Yet still without bias. I need something new to talk about, otherwise just like this entire stream is just going to be depressing shit, and I want to end this on a happier note. But my brain is not in the best state of mind at the moment. Is that a piece of sushi on a duck? Oh, it is. Okay, that's cool. It's like a piece of salmon on a duck. It's a nigiri duck. It's like nigiri sushi. It's like the fish on rice and seaweed. It's just simple. That kind of sushi is slept on. It's just like, oh, it's not like a fancy roll or anything, but it's just like, it's simple flavors. Oh yeah, I really like sushi. Like, if I had a chance to eat more sushi, I definitely would, because it's just like, there's just a level of freshness to it when normal ingredients aren't used. Like, nigiri is one of my... is definitely like my favorite form of sushi, where it's just a nice piece of fish just on top of rice, and it's just like, there's not all this complicated stuff. It's just like, it's not rolled in some weird way where the filling falls out the sides. There's not all these weird extra ingredients sometimes. And the thing is, just like, I don't know why it's priced more than like California rolls or whatever. It's just like, it feels like there's less when it comes to nigiri sushi than there is to like sushi rolls. And I feel like sometimes they skimp out on like the actual like meat in the product. It's like, they'll fill it with all the other ingredients more than like, you know, the actual fish ingredients. Like, they'll have more just like, oh, add more cucumber, add more cream cheese, imitation crab, and it's just like, yeah, it'll taste good, but if I'm paying this exuberant amount of money for a fishy dish, I want a fishy dish. Just give me a little ball of rice with a fat piece of fish on top, and I'll be a happy camper. Also, I'm not sure... It's just like, I feel like when it comes to eating sushi, I feel like not enough people... Or hold on, let me move this more. I feel like when it comes to eating sushi, not enough people know that the wasabi that you get with to-go sushi, that wasabi is not like real wasabi. It is... like, most of the time, you're probably going to be eating... it's probably the stuff from the tube. And that is essentially just flavored horseradish. Because, like, actual wasabi root costs, like, hundreds of dollars per root. And those prices add up. It's just like... the sushi restaurant is just like, they may think in authenticity. It's just like, I can either spend hundreds of dollars on a root, or $5 on this jumbo-sized tube of flavored horseradish. And will people be able to tell the difference? Probably not, because they never had the other one, the authentic thing. So like all the time when I go to sushi restaurants, it's just like, I just tell the server, just like, hey, don't give me wasabi, just double up on the ginger. Because like, the ginger there is, I weirdly like pickled ginger. Not only is it like a good palate cleanser, to me, it isn't really offensive. It's a very inoffensive flavor to me. It just clears the palate of whatever fish on rice that you've had, so that you can have the next bit of fish on rice that's just like, because I don't want the taste of tuna while having the taste of salmon. Also just like, hey, there's this, hot sushi, like, oh, the eel roll or whatever, or tempura roll. It's just like, I don't really want that feeling of the cold sushi for this hot thing, and vice versa. Also, most of the time, if I'm getting sushi, I'm gonna have like a Japanese beer or something, like a Sapporo, Asahi, Kirin Ichiban, and just like, beer and sushi go together like, chocolate and chips. Chocolate is good, chips ain't good, but chocolate chips, that's it's absolute cinema. So like, Japanese beer and well-made sushi, it's a match made in heaven. But sometimes I don't want my sushi tasting like beer. So that ginger comes in clutch. That ginger will most likely be gone. And the server will look at me like some crazed pickle fiend. Crazed pickle fiend sounds completely weird out of context. Also, now I think about it, too many people hate on pickles. Or, I can understand why some people don't like them. But it seems like most of the people that I come in contact with throughout my life, it's just like, they despise them, or just like, refuse to give a chance, really. And it's just like, some pickles are better than others. Or some things that are pickled taste better than other things that are pickled. Sometimes people just use the cheapest pickling solution to pickle things. But I can agree that some things are not meant to be pickled. Like pickling vegetables, that's perfectly fine. Pickling meat products, a little strange, but I can see that there could be an appeal to it. The people who pickle fruit maybe should seek psychiatric help. I'm not sure. You know, I do watch a lot of anime. Like, obviously my past models have very much been anime inspired, but normally just like through basic outfits and that sort of thing. So it's just like that's a lot of where I got inspiration from, like aesthetic wise, for like clothing and certain like character aspects sort of model. But I gotta say, I don't really read manga as much as I think I should. I don't know, just like when it comes to manga, it just has to be for series that I really do like appreciate. It's just like 9 times out of 10 the manga I actually do read, it is from anime that I've already seen and just really want to support the original creator. And that's like a very rare if. There's maybe on one hand I can count series I actually collect for, and then the rest is just like, oh, one volume of this, and that's fine for me. I can wait until this gets put out for anime. And then there's stuff that's just like, oh, that's for some reason it hasn't had an anime release. Sometimes I can see why. Sometimes I am just confused. I don't understand. I don't really know how the market works. I'm just a generally confused person just looking into things. Also, because of work, I haven't really had the chance to watch anime as much as I used to back during like high school and college. But also because it's just like my method of watching anime is completely scuffed. It's just like I need to set aside a lot of time to basically watch a season of anime. Because if I try to watch it because if I don't watch that entire season or that entire show in as few sittings as possible, like if I don't watch a season within a day, or if it's like a short series, if I don't watch the entire series within a day, I will just completely forget everything that happens. So, for like normal shows, like shows that aren't anime, I could get by that perfectly fine, but it's just like when it comes to anime, there's just something about it that just prevents me from digesting it in any normal way. And it's just like, I have to binge this, otherwise my brain will just not register the events of the show. For live action stuff or cartoons that aren't anime, it's just like, I don't have this problem. It is solely just anime, and I don't know what it is. Like, one of the biggest offenders I have of this ailment of mine is like Parasite, the Maxim. I don't know. It's like, I get that it gets kind of dull after the initial shocks and like halfway through the series. But there was just something about it that is just like, no matter how far I get into the series, if I stop for like an extra day than I need to, I completely lose track of everything I've remember from the show from that small little break. Like, it took me 7 times to finish that show. Probably because it gets a bit boring, sure. But it also is just like, I may have like some sort of undiagnosed short-term memory thing. Or long-term memory thing. Some sort of undiagnosed memory thing solely for watching anime. And here we have Larry Bobinski from Iowa sliding into the private pool, where he nearly shot himself into the tube. There is no rhyme or reason behind what I name these ducks. Sometimes it's a feeling thing. Sometimes I just name it after what it looks like. Or whatever obscure reference I could think of. It's just whatever seems appealing and whatever my brain can come up with. Sometimes it's something clever, and most of the time it isn't. I'm gonna make sure I haven't missed any ducks so far. Alright, so far so good. You know, ducks in real life, absolute menaces. Like, the only thing worse is geese. Those things should be put on watch lists. But these plastic ducks, they kind of make me forget how much these things are just should be left alone. Like, these ones I want to interact with as much as I can without touching them. Just let them do their own thing in the pool. But real ducks, I don't want to be around. Like, unless they're on a plate, I don't want any part of them. By the way, duck meat tastes surprisingly good if done properly. tastes a lot like chicken, except, you know, different flavor. Like a more rich kind of flavorful chicken. Also more bones than chicken. Or that may have just been the cuts of duck I've had. By the way, for any of these, Plastic Duck Simulator streams, if there's any topics you want me to talk about, or like any questions you feel like asking, feel free to. It will definitely be a change of pace of me just, rambling about whatever just pops in my mind. Sorry about that, I lost track of, I didn't doze off for a moment, in all honesty. I just kind of, my mind went blank for a moment, as I was just sort of staring at my phone, and didn't realize I was just staring at an empty inflatable pool. I don't know what to name you. Sure. Why not? There's gonna be a new duck in like 5 seconds, and I'm going to forget that I named this duck. Never mind, it's just buttons. There are so many ducks on this screen, I genuinely forgot. Oh, god damn it. I wanna look at the one in the pool. And oh, there goes the salmon sushi duck. This is the most engagement we'll get from this stream. Just me yapping and this one's I'm not joking, like, seriously, check this. It's just like, oh, starting from the top. Age of Ultron clip. Game Grumps vid. Something involving gun knowledge, I don't know. Anime opening. Kason talking with her manager. Regarding why she's leaving VShojo. And then it's just like making your own crunch wrap at comedy skits. Better Call Saul scene clip. Michi saying why she's leaving VShojo. Hotline Miami challenge video. Comedy skits. Pro ZD. Reviewing foods. Another case on leaving VShojo thing. Zombie Survivor tier list. Moist critical movie review. It's just, it goes on and on and on. And like, I'm disappointed, but just like, there's no way I could just like watch all of this shit. There's only so much I can keep up with while juggling work and any extracurricular stuff I have on top of streaming. And speaking of streaming, it's just like I feel like I'm getting closer to becoming affiliate, but it still feels like it's far away. If anything, it's just like I can get every other part of affiliate or partner requirements. Like everything besides average viewer count, I'm perfectly capable of getting. It's like I can stream multiple times a month. I can stream for some amount of times per month. But it's just like getting people to tune into the streams to begin with and keeping them enough for Twitch to recognize, just like, huh, maybe we should give this one an honorary title. That's the hard bit, apparently. Then again, it's not like I'm really trying for it. It's just something I noticed. Just like you can commit a lot of time and energy into streaming. Time, energy, and resources you can commit to streaming. You can commit loads of it. But it's never a guarantee that people will tune in the amount you want. I've been VTubing for like 2 years now, and I've been streaming a lot longer before that. It's taken me quite a while to just get to the number of followers I have. Not that I've really been trying, but just through the sheer amount of people tuning in and deciding to just give me a follow for the hell of it. Which I'm more than fine with, that's for sure. But somehow getting 3 average viewers a month is more complicated than I thought. I don't even know what you get from being affiliate. But apparently it's like a milestone that is easier said than done. You know, I remember doing a sort of review of my setup as well as like a meme review for my stream Discord server. And I'm debating whether or not I should upload that to YouTube. Mostly just because of copyright strikes and just general tomfoolery. I don't know, it's kind of just like something just of me goofing around. It's just like... Which, like, hey, that's always fun, but... Most of the time when it comes to streams, it's just like, I will almost always post them if I have the ability to, but... If there are some random one-off streams that's just like... For like, I don't know. Anything that doesn't involve gaming, it's just like I'm weirdly hesitant to. And I don't know exactly why. It's not like I haven't done very many non-gaming streams to begin with. But there's just something about it that just, there's just some inherent nature about just like, oh, hey, this stream is just, feels more personal than all the others. Just because it's just like, oh, I'm not, it's like, my focus is more towards just talking to y'all and some other level of entertainment. Rather than just like, oh, focusing on chat, then focusing on the game, and then just, trying not to fuck up too much in the game. It's maybe why I love these calmer games. Like, Schedule 1, this Duck Simulator. More simpler stuff that's just like, there isn't too much I need to pay attention to. Like, I can sort of just take things at my own pace. And because it's just like, there's nothing high octane, and I could just yap about whatever I want for any amount of time. That's probably why recently just some of the stream, or like the stream schedule has kind of just been worse than it normally is. Because it's like, oh, I don't want to start a new game, but I also don't really know any games that I could complete within like an hour or two. But it's also just like, I don't want to start a new series, but I also don't want to. I also want to have enough time to have those one-off streams and not just sort of rush things by just like, hey, here's a game that will take me 20 minutes to complete and no one will tune into, but that's fine. And it's just like, no, it doesn't really feel fine. I just feel like I'm copping out. Golf with friends is a good chill one. I have played that game a lot before. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is at my own pace. And I have no valid argument towards that. I have played a lot of it. Like, as long as I don't exceed, like, the time limit, it is perfectly a great game. You've never... Never played, just watched it? I watched it too, but I've never really seen someone playing with it by themselves. It's always with others, and most of the playthroughs I see, it's just like, 25% of the video is them actually, 25% of the video is gameplay. Another 25% is completely asinine conversations, and then the rest is just yelling and being salty about things. As much as just be like, oh, that could be a... It's like, you don't tune in to see people, like... You don't tune in to Golf with Friends to watch someone play golf. That's nearly as boring as watching someone play golf in real life. Or maybe it's slightly better because it's just like, it feels more like mini golf, and you get to see the windmill just, smack the ball when they thought they had the perfect, like, timing. You mostly just see people get as close as they can to insulting someone without getting cancelled over putt-putt, basically. Whereas me, being a solo streamer, in which I don't really know people to play games with in my time zone, as well as not being part of a corporation to schedule those sorts of things, it will just... I can imagine a stream is just gonna be like 25% of me playing the game, 25% of me yapping about some random things. And then the rest is just either me hyping myself up or demotivating myself after missing an obvious shot. Most of the time it'll just be me randomly yapping about whatever comes to mind, or just being upset that I cannot hit a ball into a hole, no matter what I do. Maybe I should make it a drinking game. It's just like, hey, anytime I get over par for a hole, I just like take a swig of beer. And it's just like, here I am, 3 courses in, 12 beers deep, just about to lose my marbles. I don't even think I'm that rip liver. Yeah, rip liver. That's tomorrow's problem. I remember, or I say I remember, but it's just like, no, I just... So I say I remember, but it's just like, I don't really remember. I just rewatched the VODs from whatever happened the last time I do a drinking challenge on stream. I don't do them often, but when I do, it's just like, I probably don't remember the events. But it's just like, every challenge I've done so far is just like, has just been me playing through the entirety of the Left 4 Dead 2 campaign. Because I haven't really came up with a better challenge. Like Left 4 Dead 2 campaign, on normal difficulty, takes about 4 to 6 hours to complete, right? But it's just like, to do all of the levels from the main storyline shouldn't be too hard. But it's just like, every time I pass or fail a level, I take a shot. And sometimes I see just like, hey, I can understand how out of hand this can get. But like, yeah, definitely rip liver. But also just because for challenges, it's just like, I haven't really figured out any that... Let's just say that don't have a detriment to my health or my wallet in some kind of way. It's just like, hey, every time I die in a game, bleh, I could probably donate to charity. Or it's just like, hey, every time I screw up in some way, I take a drink. And it's just like... I don't know what games I can make interesting with that. I mean, I could do drinking challenge streams, sure. Hell, maybe I could probably do a stream where I just donate to charity every time I screw up. But I don't have original ideas. I don't have a lot of money. That's why I don't have a live 2D model. It's just like... I ain't got the money for live 2D. I ain't got the audience for live 2D. Now I think about it, I haven't done a drinking stream in a while. Or just like a drinking challenge stream. And it's just like, I don't know what games would really work with that. Or just like games I haven't already tried. Something where the rules can be easily set. And with an obvious goal, that's what I'd like. Like, I could definitely turn golf with your friends into a drinking game, it's just like... But that shouldn't be like... I don't know. Now you think about it, there... I don't care much about golfing, but there is this one golfer that I've heard about. It's just like... who competes in tournaments. And like, you know... wins in tournaments. But in every photo you see of him, he has a stogie in one hand. And like a beer in the other. His caddy boy is essentially there to basically hold his beer while he's got the stogie in his mouth, just lining up a shot. Then he just grabs it back from him, climbs back into the cart, and just heads to wherever his ball goes. And it's just like, I don't remember his name. I just remember a coworker telling me about him, and it's just like, that is a crazy person. But like, that is someone who is dedicated to their sport, no matter how much they are not dedicated to their health. Like, there are a number of athletes, it's just like, they do not give a damn about their health, but they are just some of the greatest to ever just participate. I remember hearing about someone who was just chain smoking Newports throughout the entirety of a marathon. Or like a 5K or something. And just like through the entirety of that race would just light up a Newport and just it would be like trying to run behind like a steam train, right? It's just like a plume of smoke as he just like outran everyone. And he would have gotten first place if he wasn't disqualified for just obsessive smoking on the field. It also reminds me of that Wade Boggs story. Like, Wade Boggs is this, I think this, like, baseball player. I think, like, back in the 90s, early, whatever, 2000s. Who drank, like, a shit ton of beer on a flight to one of his games. And, like, scored, I think, a series of home runs. Just, like, completely trashed. And that actually became the plot of, like, a Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode, where it's just, like, they tried to recreate that magic. Like, it was just like the entire gang of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia just destroying their livers in a plane, and then just like trespassing onto some neighborhood baseball triangle and just trying to hit a home run. It's one of the most ridiculous episodes of that show I've ever seen. That show was also just a wild show to begin with, because it's just like... It's full of just like... amazing actors, wonderful comedians, playing some of the worst people you hope to never meet in real life. I'm not fully caught up with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I think I'm one season behind. Or one, maybe 2 seasons behind. But it's just like, I know if just like I sit through it, then I could definitely finish the show. Or the show's still going. I hope it never ends. But, I mean... yeah, it's just like... there's a definite end, like, written out for the show. It's just like... the creators of the show, who are also the writers, and some of the main cast of the show, it's just like... they plan to keep that going for as long as possible. Until, like, until, like, a number of them gives in, and it's just like, okay... I know the perfect ending for this. This has been sitting in the vault for like half a decade. You know, I think the issue with finding ideas for challenge streams is just like, I need to find ideas for challenge streams that I can do by myself. And it kind of sucks that it's just like, for most everyone I know who streams, they live in a completely different time zone. And it's hard to get something started with them. So it's just like, as much as I'd like to stream with the people I know, like, you know, stream with my VTubing mentor, and just like the people he knows, who is just like, I'm on decent terms with. It's just like, it's just inconvenient. And it's just like, I don't really know anyone in my time zone to stream with. So I'm kind of just stuck where I'm at. Yeah, honestly, I think one of the biggest things about me not growing as a streamer is definitely just like the amount of people I know within streaming circles. Where just like I'm kind of stuck in my own little world, my own little corner of the internet. And it's hard to kind of just dig myself out of that hole. Regular show baby ducks? Yes. Imagine trying to fit all of these ducks inside like a normal sized bathtub. It's just like... there would be less of you and more of duck just trying not to overflow out of the tub. MMORPG? What would an MMORPG version of this game be? In a game where there's no real controls. Is this what vlogging is? I mean, I did spend most of this stream basically just yapping about drama I hear on the internet and just the ennui of life. So yeah, I guess this is vlogging for me. As for someone who doesn't like being on camera and not showing their face, yeah. You can call this vlogging. I'm like the baby ducks that were sent to the moon. What? Another regular show. I need to watch a regular show. I feel like there's just... I really only seen clips of the show, and those clips are only when food is involved. In other words, I think I've only seen the show whenever it's just like there was whenever Binging with Babish would try and recreate one of the foods from the show. Because I don't think I've actually seen any of it intentionally. I know there's like a lot of wild foods from the show, like a 12-egg omelet. Oh yeah, Bubble Bass's like full order. Like he had to make like a whole tinfoil trough to basically hold the thing in. Like he broke down the diner lingo to just like recreated a burger from there. Honest, makes Squidward comments make much more sense. Honestly, yeah, it's just it's as someone who doesn't care about the job, it's just like for someone to just hear what to hear all of those like weird diner lingo for just like they don't work in a diner, they work in a a fast food restaurant, essentially. I know there's a drive-through section on the Krusty Krab. They showed it in the SpongeBob Out of Water movie. Like Sponge Out of Water movie. Yeah, that's what it is. Here's a drive-through. No RPG, but it's an idle adventure game where stuff happens around you. But you were just ducks in a bath. Hit game idea. This is like... Yeah, this is like AFK Arena. But you gotta, like, pay to win nothing, basically. This could be the next Peak. I need to play Peak. I have Peak, but I don't have anyone to play it with. And it would seem depressing to play it myself. So... That's the thing with a lot of games in my library that I want to stream. It's just like, I have them. I just don't have anyone to play them with. Or at least no other streamers to play them with. And just like... I can really only... It's just like, scheduling conflicts are... Honestly just like... They've already been an enemy of mine before I started streaming, but now I just have an extra reason to hate them. Like, the number of Dungeons and Dragons games that have had to be canceled or rescheduled due to scheduling conflicts is more than I can count. Need to start work? Okay. Thank you for tuning in. The stream is probably gonna end in a bit, I guess. Or I don't know, I haven't decided when I want to end the stream. After like the first like 40 minutes to an hour of yapping about VTuber drama, it's just like, no, it's just like I'm just trying to relax just so I don't go to bed like pissed off or something. Or just like, just so I don't go to bed upset. Like, I thought I was just gonna go take a nap after the stream is done, but I was just like, no, I'll sleep for longer than I need to. I'm just kind of that drained from everything. I want to try and get like one more new duck before I end the stream. And it does not help that all of the ducks I've already that I've collected within the past 3 hours, just like it's like most of these I already found. In other words, I want to end the stream and go to sleep on a high note, so please let me name a duck. Have damn it. Honestly, I'm not as irked as I was at the start of the stream. We got 34 ducks out of a lot of ducks. I'd say that's a good stopping point. I thank y'all for tuning in for another Yap Sesh with the ducks. And just listen to me rant about drama on the internet. That's all I got. If you got the money to spare, go donate to the Immunodeficiency Foundation thing that Iron Mouse is heavily supporting. Hold on, let me see how many funds that's collected. Let me check the Tiltify. Alright, at the end of the stream, it has raised $480,000. That is crazy. It is nearing the $500,000 that VShojo stole from the subathon. But yeah. I'm looking at the leaderboards now, and it's just like more people have donated, or there's more top donors. Like we have Nyanners at $9,001, Jaden Animations at 10 grand. There's a lot of people just donating to this however much they can, and that's badass. Mitsu Arts and Buff Pup at like 1,500 a piece. Trying to see if there's any more names I... Ooh, Joe Cat with $1,000. Nice. I'm trying to just see if there's any other names I recognize on like the top leaderboards thing. And I know there's just like, there's a lot of people just donating to this however much they can reasonably donate. But just like, it is cool as hell that this many people want to just legitimately give back after all the bullshit with VShojo. Yeah, honestly, out of just out of the events of today, it's just like, I hope things go to best for not just Iron Mouse, but all of the VShojo talents who have made a mass exodus, a max defecting away from VShojo. Also, I will be donating $100 to the Immune Deficiency Foundation because honestly, fuck VShojo. It's like, I ain't got a lot of money, but it does suck that $500,000 was stolen from people who desperately need it. All because someone got greedy and wanted to line their pockets. So yeah, that is a charge of $100 to charity. And I already feel better than I did at the start of the stream. So yeah. I hope the talents of VShojo find better success as independent VTubers. I hope the Tiltify for the Immune Deficiency Foundation collects more money than the subathon did. Hell, I'll probably check on it, like, whenever I wake up tomorrow. And I hope whoever's responsible for all the shitty things in VShojo, I hope they rot in hell. So yeah, ending on that kind of high note, that's all the time I have for right now. I promise, but also hope, that the next streams for this week, more upbeat, more high hopes, more just, in general sense, more positive. But yeah, that's all the time I have for right now. This is our host, and I'm signing off. See ya.